Okay.
Podcast, episode 5. I'm Joseph.
I'm Matt. This is episode 5.
We have Society of Rustles, which is probably on YouTube.
Probably.
Maybe.
And, yeah. It's good stuff. So...
You didn't hear that. That was not me moving the mic closer.
Okay. So, what I just saw, recently in the news, I saw that Arizona's trying to pass this this bill. You might have heard this because this is kind of, a controversial thing. But, they want to pass a bill that lets, I think it was grocery stores or something like that, deny service to people for being gay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't actually hear about what it was, just that we're doing it, and that our state's being stupid again.
It's a freaking travesty to humanity, once again. Thank you, Arizona.
Yay! We're the only state that didn't let MLK Day be a holiday when they first said it should be.
Yay! Arizona freaking... I wish I wasn't here. I don't know.
No, that was it. That was us.
I wish... sometimes I just wish I didn't live here.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
I don't sometimes. I usually do. I like the mountains, and then everything else here is sort of not good.
It's just dead.
Yeah, everything's dead.
At least down south. Closer to Mexico.
If you go up north to Flagstaff, it's nice.
Yeah. Well, that's because that's not the desert.
Yeah. That's
a
mountain.
Sucks.
The sky is brown. Did you know that? The sky is brown.
It's so close to brown, it might as well be brown.
If you look off to the horizon, before you look up, if you just look straight forward, and there's nothing obscuring your view, you will just see brown.
Something I think is ridiculous is people are well, not ridiculous, but kind of silly, is people are yo, Tucson is nice, they have nice sunsets, and it's
we do have nice sunsets. You know what else the rest of the world has? Sunsets.
Yeah. I don't have considerable experience in sunsets, so I wouldn't know, but I don't think that's something you should really base your opinion of a place on.
I mean, I think the only place that doesn't have nice sunsets is a cave. Those don't have nice sunsets.
Well, we basically live in caves. We just stay inside and play video games. So,
Yeah, air-conditioned caves.
Yeah. Man. Speaking of caves, I was thinking about that the other day. I was just what am I going to do when I live on my own?
Yeah, I sort of feel like I'm going to have a problem about social interaction and getting out.
I feel like that kind of thing gets solved with a job, but I don't know, yeah, I've been thinking about getting a job, actually. I don't know, because I want money to buy things.
That's because you do all of your work in class.
Excuse me?
You do most of your outside of school work in the class before you have to turn it in.
Oh, I thought you meant in a time efficient
manner,
not the right
not procrastinating to the most extreme possible degree.
Well, yeah, but I feel like a job would be good, maybe a summer job.
Hey internet, we're unemployed.
Hey internet, you want to send us money? Anyways.
No, we can't do that, otherwise we don't get hours for this. Shh, it's a secret.
Okay, whatever. Oh gosh. But yeah, I've been thinking about that. Because I thought about it the other day, I was just as soon as I leave the house, money is just a problem. Because right now, all the money I have is the $15 in my wallet and then a bank account I can't access because my parents won't give me access to it. Which is probably for the best.
Yeah.
But
wow.
Then again, yeah, money's a problem.
I feel like
I don't want to work.
The audio's not doing great.
I don't know. Well, whatever.
Yeah, if this one sounds terrible,
whatever.
There'll be more, probably.
More hours.
Mm-hmm.
We're
corrupt.
Excuse me?
We're so corrupt.
You're corrupt.
Just putting in horrible sounding stuff.
What? Alright, well, what do you want to talk about?
Okay. Music. What type of music do you listen to?
I listen to... You see, I don't like the huge label they put on it as EDM, because I listen to it a lot, but I don't dance to it.
Yeah.
So, like, I just want to call it
that's how
something
it
else.
started. Like,
True.
It started in Germany, pretty much.
True.
And then they
Euro
were all
trash.
like, let's go take... Okay, that's getting a little racist. Let's go take ecstasy and dance in the club to this electro music, yeah? And then they get in their Porsches, and these are the rich people out there.
Euro trash. But, so... Is that racist? Is that a racist thing? To call them? Well, whatever.
Yeah, they'll deal with it.
Probably the trash of Europe, so...
And then at my house, I'll wake up tomorrow and I'll be surrounded with Porsches, and I'll be standing there, like, swearing at me.
We think that's the Euro house! That was an Asian accent.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, I listen to a ton of that because it sounds good. And also because...
Well, what specific types do you listen to? Or artists?
I listen to a lot of trap. I don't think you know what that is.
I know what that is.
Okay, now you know what that is.
I know what I'm getting around.
Yeah, because like, last time I asked you about it, you didn't know what it was. But, like, yeah, I listen to a lot of trap. A lot of psychic type. That's his name. He has a lot of his songs based around Pokemon.
Ah, I heard a
Awesome.
good Pokemon-themed dubstep song.
And then I also listen to a lot of glitch hop and dubstep.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly an artist from, I think, Italy. His name's Raziel. By the way, send me money. I'm advertising for you. But...
No, we can't do that. We won't get ours.
Oh, whatever. But, so, yeah. I listen to that stuff because it's really good. What do you listen to?
I've listened to some trap. I like orchestral dubstep, which is a thing.
I know that, yeah.
Let's see. Drum and bass is good, usually.
Drum and bass is good.
And...
Cruella's good.
Sometimes normal dubstep, as in not classifiable. I don't know. I like Seven Lions, but I've been listening to more varied artists. Like, I found this guy, James Young, who doesn't really do dubstep so much, but his stuff's good.
I feel like you would like the Glitch Mob.
I looked them up recently. I didn't listen to any of their music.
Yeah, they're pretty good. They've been around for a while. They have a few albums out. But the reason I think I like dubstep, it's like what I tell a lot of people is that you don't have to listen to it. It's just kind of like it just has to be there, and it sounds nice, or as nice as you can qualify it to sound nice. But like, it sounds good.
Also,
and then also, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I was just gonna say I also listen to classic rap, which is now a thing.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
it's gotten older, and also I like music from the turn of the century to the 50s, and then after that it turns into rock, and I stopped liking it.
True. I don't. Yeah, I don't like rock that much.
But I do like big band and stuff like that.
Big band.
Yeah.
What's a?
It's like 40s music.
Examples.
Dean Martin. Do you know?
No, I don't.
Okay, well, if you ever watch a movie that's set in the 40s, or play a video game that's set in the 40s, or anything like turn of the century to 40s, it's not all big band, but like stuff like jazz age type music.
Oh yeah, because that music actually, that music's actually good.
Mm-hmm.
It's not garbage. I don't want to call it garbage, but
there's some of it's racist.
Yeah,
because that's the times. Well, those were the times.
It's just I don't like the sound of an electric guitar so much.
No, I don't either. I just like. It's just not for me.
Yeah.
I grew up on it, and I grew up liking it, and then eventually there was a point where I'm just like, this isn't good for me.
Yeah.
I don't like the punk image.
Punk image?
Yeah, that's like the rock thing now.
Oh,
that's sort of what it's always been, is this image of like, we don't like your authority and whatnot, which is arguably like the rap, but the type of rap that I like is more about...
It's like breaking out the hood.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the type that I like. It's like, hey,
it's
life's a struggle. Yeah. I don't understand that struggle because I'm middle class, fortunately, but I enjoy the music.
Yeah. Like, what I noticed about a lot of Wu-Tang songs is that, like, if you don't actually listen to, like, them rapping, but if you just listen to, like, the background beat, it really isn't anything. It's just kind of nonsensical noise, but, like...
decent.
Yeah,
for most
it's like...
of their songs.
Yeah. It's just, but when you actually listen to it, it's just kind of like nonsensical noise, and then it just kind of comes together with the rap. And I was listening to the Mystery Chess Box, and
yeah, that one has a weird beat because there's some dude in the background just going "do ha" for the whole song.
Yeah, and then they go Wu Tang, Wu Tang.
Also, I like the old school East Coast rap a little better than the old school West Coast rap, only because Tupac's too hood for me.
I've never heard any of Tupac's songs.
I have heard like a few, and all of them are just like, okay, this is too much. This is too much thug for me.
Too thug.
Like, what he says and the stuff he talks about doing is so much more. I don't know. It's hard to describe.
It's more thuggin'.
Yeah, it's so much more thuggin'.
It's more thuggin'. That's a good way to put it. I don't actually listen to a lot of like old school rap. I want to though. Like, I want to get into it because like I feel like it makes more sense like lyrically than anything they have today.
Now it's all about sex and money. That's sort of what I take away from all of the more current songs.
Like,
also a lot of just pop music. Like,
it's just really trashy.
Doesn't
sound
necessarily good. Dislike it so much as I find like I don't like the way it sounds. It's just not for me. But the stuff they talk about is not usually. I don't know. A lot of it's party. And rich kids stuff,
which is really like I don't get it.
I don't live that life.
Yeah, I just like all this pop music. It doesn't sound. There's a lot of really dumb ones. I don't know. Like that one song that went around by Carly Rae Jepsen. What was it? Call Me Maybe. I don't know if that had like a positive reception in general, but I think the only thing it had going for it was that it was catchy. Otherwise, it was just
pop music is good at capturing our short-term attention span as a society. Because if you notice, there'll be a song or a group, and it'll get really popular for maybe a good year, and then it's gone.
Fall off the face of the map.
Like whatever happened. You remember Party Rock? Yeah, no one does anymore. Yeah.
Also, that group disbanded.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Probably because I realized they sucked.
No,
that's harsh.
Here's the thing: people like that got played a bunch a few years ago, and now it's gone. And then Psy was really popular, and now he's gone. He hates America, except probably not anymore because we made him rich. But
well, then again, he released 14 albums in Korea.
Yeah, I know.
That's a lot.
But he wasn't. I don't know. I guess he was popular there, but then he made it here, and he got a bunch more money.
That's because Americans like to spend their money on nonsensical stuff.
Yeah!
It's the American dream. Buy stuff you don't need.
Well, the American dream is to get it big, and get famous, and come to America and get a higher education and blah.
Well,
European...
Yeah. But continuing this discussion on music, I think why I like EDM and whatnot is like... Because I don't think that, the hip-hop music they have today, like, it doesn't sound bad. I just don't like the message that it sends. Cause,
I don't like... This is going to sound weird coming from me, but I don't like the obscenity because it's pointless.
Yeah.
Like, old school rap it wasn't so, at least the type I listen to isn't so obscene that it's stupid.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of rap now is just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's literally, like... I'm pretty sure bitches and booty are like two of like the biggest words they use now.
I don't know.
Or
it's all about like, yo, I'm gonna have sex, or yo, I'm gonna get high, or yo, I'm gonna drive my giant Ferrari around, and everybody gonna see me and be like, yo, that's mad pimp.
Like, and then what I think is ridiculous is like these people can just be like, girl, your booty looks so good right now. I think I'd really like to just have sex with you really badly. And then they essentially put that on the radio with just like a beat. And then everyone's like...
Mild censorship.
Yeah. And then people like fall all over it. And I think it's kind of ridiculous. It's just like, are people really just kind of like tossing booty out around? Like, is that a thing? I feel like... I
Well,
feel
if
like
you
my
know
attitude would
Pitbull-
be better in like an older, like in the past, because like right now I think that freaking that's kind of I don't know. I feel like it's needlessly promiscuous.
Sex is pretty much
Sex
taken
sells.
over popular
That's
society.
what happened. Sex sells. Because people are like...
I remember there was one night when I saw like 3 whole movies. I just sat and watched movies one night. And this was like when I was moving and staying in that guest house.
Right.
And there was nothing to do. And then every single one of these movies had arbitrary sex. And it was frustrating to me.
Yeah. And then I was like... And then I watched some like movies recently. And then I was just kind of sitting there watching them. And then... there's always a point in an R movie these days where it's just like, hey, those are boobs now. We can do that now.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Like, I don't know. And then I'm the type of person that likes consuming art, though I cannot produce it for the life in me. Like, I like old artistic movies and like noir-y films and like All Quiet on the Western Front is probably my favorite movie.
Yeah.
And then, like, classical music sounds nice to me. I can't make it, but it sounds good.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I listened to an entire 1-hour recording of the Legend of Zelda Orchestra yesterday.
How'd that go for you?
It went really well. But to continue what you were saying.
I don't have much else to say.
I don't have much else to say.
About that. I had a dream the other day. Do you want to know what happened in this dream?
Let's hear it.
I ate waffles.
Okay.
That's the extent of my dream.
That's...
I had a dream about waffles.
You just ate waffles.
I like waffles.
Jesus Christ.
No, I think this dream was fairly cohesive, and I think like my alarm woke me up, and then I went back to sleep, but I was only partially asleep.
Right.
And this is after I had the whole malware fiasco when I tried to hack GTA 4, which is legal and stupid.
Not hack, mod.
Yeah, same thing. And then you get malware, and then you have to do a system restore on your computer, and that's annoying and bad. But anyway, and then I was just like, oh, I'm feeling bad. And then for some reason my dream was like, my mother in my dream was just like, hey, you're feeling bad, have these waffles. And then she gave me one, and somehow the waffle made a bowl. And in my
It was a waffle bowl.
Yep, and I was like, I probably shouldn't eat this, but screw it. And then I ate a waffle bowl, and then I woke up, and I was like, hey, it's 5 in the morning.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh, I don't know. What was the last thing I dreamed that was relatively meaningful to me?
Does it have to? Well,
I don't know.
There's the one with the cat in your wall.
Well, whatever. I've had a recurring dream throughout like a few months, and it's not. I don't know. It just kind of like continues in on itself. They're not consecutive days that I have this dream, but it's like, it's riding a train, and it's like, I'm at the back of the train, and I'm just moving forwards through the train, and then in each of these dreams that I remember, I'm going through a different like car of the train. So like the first one, it was just like, like empty. This isn't like modern train. This is more like Wild West train.
I was on one of those once. It was a tour train. My family somehow managed to clear out the entire car. Carry on.
Okay, but so like at first, the first one was the first train train car.
Yep.
Was like an empty storage car, and so I just walked through it, and I was like, whatever. And so the next time I had the dream, it was like the dinner car or whatever, and then I got free food, and I ate the food, and I was like, cool. And then there's that, and then the last one I had, which is the third one, was going through like a chapel car. And then
I didn't know they had those.
I don't know if they did, but it was just like they were in a ceremony. But what was awesome was that it was gospel church. So
they were
I
all
was like,
singing.
yeah, gospel church. And then I passed through the thing. So I don't know if any of that is symbolic of anything. Having a recurring dream. So
I don't know. You ever had any lucid dreams?
what does that mean?
As in, like, they seem really real, and then you wake up and you think they're real, and then you realize it was a dream?
Yes, actually. This is gonna sound really dumb, but I had one on the day that, what was it? Part of our history paper was due, and my dream was I got to school and I was going to print it in the library during lunch because I'd done it on Google Docs, as I usually do. And then when I got there, I was just, I checked my Google Docs, and then the document wasn't there, and I was just like, holy shit! And then the dream ended after, what was it? After I got back to bed at the end of that day, and I was just feeling really shitty because I didn't turn in my history thing, and I was like, I'm so screwed. And then I wake up because at the end of that dream I just fallen asleep, and then I wake up and I'm just like, oh shit! and then I check my Google Docs and I'm like, what the heck is? Oh my god, we already turned this in, and so yeah. That's my lucid dream. Have you had one?
I did once, and it was freshman year, and I don't recall the specific details, but I met this girl who doesn't exist.
Okay.
And she had white hair and blue eyes, and I didn't know
Aryan
her.
Wonder Child?
No, because her hair was white.
Close enough.
But anyway, which is also weird because no one has that.
Speak for yourself.
Except for old people, this person wasn't
gray
old.
hairs. Okay, continue.
Anyway, and I met this person and we fell in love, and I woke up and I was like, oh man, I love this person. Oh wait, they don't exist.
Oh.
Well, now I'm kind of depressed, and then that was the extent of that.
That sounds really depressing.
It was kind of depressing.
That sounds really depressing.
I got over it.
Well, things happen. Speaking of people we never met, everyone hyped me up about the new kid. I was like, oh my gosh, there's a new kid. I'm so excited.
And then she left the day, she showed up one day and then went to a different school, and you were absent that one day, and then we were like, hey, there's a new person, and then she wasn't there anymore.
Yeah, and then everyone was bummed out. Everyone was, not just me, but I never got to meet her, so whatever. Apparently, what was it? I was like, what? I didn't get to meet a badass.
So, well. Should probably cut names out.
Probably. We can cut those out later.
I'll get there. Then people will hear this and be like, oh, what
name
name?
will be withheld.
And then they'll just be like, oh, whose name did they say? And you'll never know. You'll never know. Unless you know us personally and you ask us, and then we'll tell you.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of knowing people personally, what was it? The people... Never mind. I'll talk about this later.
Okay.
Yeah. But, something else. There was something else I was gonna go off on a tangent about. I think it was...
Do it.
No, I'm trying to think because I forgot. God. What was I gonna say? Son of a bitch. Do you have anything to say?
I want to see a bear wearing an ushtanka.
Well,
that's what I have to say.
You didn't have much to say.
No, I didn't.
Oh gosh. I was thinking of something that was really good. I hate this. I hate when this happens. It's also like when you try to find a funny video on the internet and try to show someone, and then you forget what it's called, and then it's all sad.
As soon as I hit stop for the recording, you're going to remember.
Yeah, probably.
There was something that I wanted to talk about a while ago, and then I told you about it before we did it, and then you told me to stop talking about it so we could talk about it during the podcast, and I forgot.
Right. Let's hear it.
The way that when we talk about people, we focus on the bad things, not really the good things. And this weird... I've noticed that we tend to spend more time complaining about people than we do complimenting people.
That's true.
We'll just be like, oh, this guy is an egotistical prick, or this person's, very unself-conscious, I guess. But we don't really talk about when people are nice, and it's just this weird thing I've noticed about human nature, I guess. Is that we focus on the negatives a lot.
Well, there's also the whole thing where negative things stick out to someone more than the positive things, and they have I don't know, I don't want to say they have more of a lasting impact on someone, but they're easier to remember because the feeling you get from it is much stronger than a casual, like, hey, you're dressed really nice today, man. Like, hey, thanks. As opposed to, wow, you're really the biggest asshole I've ever met. Like, that sticks with you a lot longer.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of something people focus in on more. Like, they laser focus down on that.
Well, if you ever want to get insulted, go play public games on the internet.
Well, I do that a lot.
I did that, and guess what that ended in? That ended in me car bombing some asshole.
What? Is this GTA?
Yes. Because I was walking down the street, and some guy shot me, and I was like, hey, whatever, this stuff happens. And then I kept walking down the street, and then they drove up next to me again, being chased by the cops, and they shot me again. And I was like, you know what? No. And then I threw a bomb inside a car into like a Mini, and then they drove by in their sports car, and I just drove up to them and exploded. And it gave me the most disgusting sense of satisfaction.
Oh my gosh, I know those. I know the feels. But yeah, something else about this focusing on negative things to kind of talk about is there's the whole. What I've noticed is that it's not just like talking about people, and it's where was I going? This complaining thing. This is gonna sound really, really sexist, but women do it more than guys do. Like, because there's even been research on this. Like, I was reading a psychology article. I don't remember where, but it was for TOK or something, and then it said that
means theory of knowledge for those of you that don't know what we're talking about.
Yay.
It's about knowing things. It's philosophy.
Okay, but so it was an article that said that complaining about things makes your problem seem worse, and it makes you feel worse, and it makes you more stressed out. Mm-hmm.
That's why I try not to complain about things.
Exactly. And then
I complain about people. And
then it said in surveys done, it said that almost every single guy said that complaining about things was basically on a scale of like 5 being, you should do this like a lot, or 1 being you should probably never do this. Most guys were on like the 1 to 2, but then most girls were on the 4 to 5.
Oh my god.
And I was like, wow. That's
I don't know, the company that we keep in our classes, pretty much everyone complains except for like 4 or 5 people. I try to include myself in that 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know. And then a lot of people procrastinate a lot on work that they're supposed to get done, and then I do. Like, I'll do something that's due Monday, like Sunday night, and feel like, oh man, I put this off for too long, I should have worked more, and then I come in, and then there are people frantically doing it, like Monday morning, like, oh my god, why am I not done? And then I feel good about myself.
Yeah. Yeah. Because that's kind of why I try to refrain from complaining about schoolwork, is because there's definitely a lot of time to get it done. And not even just, like, if you have 4 days to do it, like, you probably could do it the afternoon you get back from school if you were dedicated enough to. And so I kind of recognize that, and I just kind of try to refrain from complaining about work.
Anyone, like, I can just imagine, like, a bunch of people in our classes that if they were listening to this, they'd just be like, there would be a lot of but no's coming from the other end.
Yeah.
Because they tend to complain a lot about arbitrary things, and complaining doesn't help, and I don't like to do it.
Yeah.
I feel like I say that and I complain a lot more than I think I do, but whatever.
I think the big thing you complain about is people complaining about things.
Yep.
But
I understand irony. It's fine.
But, guess what I was going to say.
That's technically what we've just been doing.
True. What was I going to say? It's also about people. Yeah, about procrastination, is that a lot of times people don't realize they're doing it.
Yeah. Well, I'm the type of person that has very little self-control, and that'll say, like, okay, I'm just going to go watch 1 video on the internet, it's fine, and then I watch 8. Or I'll be like, alright, I'm going to stop playing games and start working at, like, noon, and then it's 2:30, I'm like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah. Like, people, they kind of say, I'll take an hour out of my day and do my work, but then they end up, they could just do something as simple as, like, listening to music, and then they just forget. And then they just end up getting, like rushed at the end, and they don't realize that they've been putting things off because in the back of their mind they're like, I don't want to do this, and then that kind of takes over, and they don't realize that they're putting something off intentionally.
Yeah, and I'm the type of person that can't handle distractions. Like, if I'm trying to read and my parents are watching TV, I have to go somewhere else because I just can't do it because I've grown up in a quiet house.
Yeah, like, I know that. That's why I don't really like typing papers. Like, typing... I do it because it's more practical to type as opposed to like write and erase.
I do it because F7 is very helpful.
Yes, there's also that. But then what I hate about it is that I do it all in Google Docs for the sake of having it wherever I can have internet. But I'm writing it on an internet browser, and so that's just a whole distraction in itself.
Yeah, that paper that we had to do for film where I wrote about the Maltese Falcon, I had to have the internet open so I could research it while I wrote about it because we don't actually learn anything about these things before we're required to write about them.
Yep.
And then it took me 3 hours because there's a multitude of distractions.
Because, like, going along with this, like, yesterday I was going to do... What was I going to do? I was going to say Spanish, but we don't have Spanish. We didn't have math homework either.
Yeah, we did.
Well, we did, but...
But you won't do it.
Yeah, but... what was I doing? Well, it doesn't matter. I ended up on... Within 10 minutes, I was playing League of Legends. And so... Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. The internet's it can be a real help to find information, but the fact that it's so open just screws people over.
If you're listening to this podcast while you're trying to work, stop it. Do your work.
Yes.
That means you, Johnny. I don't know any Johnnies, but if your name is Johnny, I hope you feel like I acknowledged you.
What else? There's... What was it? One of the seniors who told us, just straight up said, you need to ruin your own day, otherwise you're just going to get screwed. That's not a direct quote.
I don't know, they were complaining and making it seem like this Sisyphean task of like getting work done, and I don't have that problem, and I don't know if there's something wrong with me, or if that means I'm doing everything terribly, or if that means I'm great and I'm better than everyone. I don't know what it means.
No, it probably means you're better than everyone. Because even the people that get like the really good grades, they definitely put work off. Because they say so, and they complain about the work, and I'm like, you're putting the work off.
Because I don't have the best grades, but those people do better than me.
Yeah, which is a kind of shame, but you know. But yeah.
Well,
like, that was actually in like 8th grade. That was kind of like a turning point in my life, or in my mindset. Because like throughout like 6th and 7th grade, I was pretty much able to just kind of like ride through because I just kind of did. But then in 8th grade, like, what was it? I got no. In 7th grade, in 7th grade, I got like the first C I've gotten on like a final report card in advanced algebra. In Algebra 1, which I did not like the class. I didn't like the teacher.
That whole actually having to work thing for me kicked in 10th grade. I don't know.
Yeah, but like I just rode through like all of school until 7th grade and I got my first C. And then my parents said, you know, some people study as hard as they can and they only get C's. And then I was thinking about that and I was like, wow, I feel like an asshole because I'm just not working and I could have gotten this A. And some people just can't get them because they're just not capable of doing so. And then I was like, wow, holy shit. And so I still kind of rode through school for the most part, at least through middle school and freshman year. But then, yeah, I kind of thought about the whole thing differently.
And then this year, like, at the beginning, I started doing terribly, and I managed to, like, pick my grades up. And I still had 2 C's, but whatever.
Yeah.
I earned those. Those were not me being lazy.
Yeah,
so,
hard classes, calculus.
Yeah, in high school.
I'm kind of glad I'm taking it now, though, as opposed to college.
I hope that in college, like, I don't want to have to take math. What I want to do with my life does not require me to do well in math, and I hope that by taking the most advanced math in high school, I can be exempt from it in college.
Yeah. I'm kind of thinking about that too. I think, though, because I was thinking about this, I was doing some research, I might do, like, a communications major, because it's really versatile, is what I've heard. I need to do more digging into that, because I don't really know as much. But I kind of want to do something with that, and I don't think that requires too much math. I think it's more, like, I don't know, more media and more like advertising, whatnot, I suppose. So that'd probably involve some, like, stats, but I don't think I would need calculus for that, so that's why I'm taking it now, where everything you do is more or less arbitrary to what you want to do later on.
Yeah. Well, I think we've exhausted the things that we can talk about.
Yeah, alright.
Sorry, listeners, for the random cut in the middle. A name was said and you'll never know what it was.
We'll put it in the description.
No, we won't.
Anyways.
May the waffles of your dreams provide you comfort in your darkest hours.
And may your gospel church be the finest moments of your day. Goodbye.